Hi everybody. Most of you know me, but just for those who don't, my name is Sarah Serchuk, and I love planting succulent gardens. And today I wanted to show you how to easily drill holes in ceramic pots, because I really believe that succulent gardens, in order to live well over time, really need to have good drainage. So I tried not to plant my succulent gardens in pots that don't have drainage. That way I don't worry about too much if I'm overwatering them. And for years I thought this was very complicated. I had a drill press with a $80 fancy bit, hose connected. It was a big expensive method of doing it. And then I just realized, actually, now after looking at the internet, that it's really very simple and inexpensive to do. So what I use is I went online and I ordered these little hole bits. They're for drilling ceramic and glass, and they're hollow, and they have little bits of diamond in them, so they cut very easily through the ceramic or glass. I've rarely broken things. Occasionally I break something, but I've been pretty lucky. I've drilled everything from big pots like this to little porcelain teacups, and they've all worked well. These bits only cost the whole set cost about $12. This is my battery operated drill, so I don't have to bother with a cord. So I've inserted the drill bit in here, and then it helps to have lubrication. You need to have water going on it. So I saw, this is my little thing that you can do. You take a liter soda bottle. I don't drink soda, but I get these at the recycling center. And anyway, you make a little hole in the side with a needle, and then when you loosen the lid, a little spray of water will come out of the hole, and it'll just be slowly and continually dripping on your piece while you drill. And then when you want to stop it, if you tighten the lid, it'll stop spraying because of the air pressure inside. So anyway, we'll let this go. You have to have something high to put it on so that it can arch out and get on your piece. Okay, so then I've got my bit, got a pretty high-speed drill, and I am just going to start this. Now sometimes if you tilt it at an angle, you can get a better, it's easier to bite in. Sometimes I've seen people put a piece of masking tape on here. It helps them a little bit with the, keeping the drill steady. But okay, I'm just going to take a little break here and a little more water get on there. And that's it. Easy peasy. Okay, so we'll do the next one. Sometimes you'll have one, the clay is really, really hard. Occasionally I have had a piece that I just felt like it was going to really dull my bit to get through it. So I decided not to drill it. Sometimes there are just some clays that are extremely hard. So here's another little one. So first I'm going at an angle, get a little bit of light. And that's it. The other thing you can do, if you have pots that have a little foot on them and they're naturally going to have a little puddle of water in there, You wouldn't necessarily have to do this. You could just fill the reservoir with water. I think on this one I just might move it over. When these holes might seem a little large, but here, I'm just going to put some water in the reservoir. Having a little trouble with my water system. Anyway, you can choose whatever size you want. Usually when I plant the gardens, I put a little piece of nylon screen over the hole to keep the soil in. Let's see. Just gonna put a little more water on there. If you had someone to help you and they could hold the pot, then you could hold the drill with both hands, and it would be give you a little more steady. And the reason you want to use the water is that it lubricates the whole process so that your drill bit doesn't get too hot and your pot, the ceramic, doesn't get too hot either. Okay, so this one I'm going to drill 3 holes because the pot's so big. And we'll see how this goes. Sometimes I just take a little break. It gives a chance for everything to cool down. Let's see. Okay, so my drill bit came out. But we got the hole drilled, and I'm just gonna put it back in and retighten it. So this one took a little longer just because you can see the ceramic is thicker and maybe a little harder. Alright, almost done. I'm just going to rotate this so the water will be where I'm drilling the hole, because it's not entirely flat here. And I'm applying a fair amount of pressure when I do this. Alright, so there you go. That's how easy it is to drill holes in ceramics. I haven't done this a lot with glass, but they say that also works too. And this way, when you plant your succulents, the roots get the air that they need, and you don't have to be quite as concerned about overwatering, because the water will have plenty of place to drain out. And I just find long term it works much better to do it this way. So that's it for hole drilling. Let's see, anything else?
Could you tell me about the different drill bits you have, and when you decide when to use a bigger one versus using a smaller one?
You know, I like to use one that's probably at least 3/8 of an inch, just because, depending on the size of the pot, because it would give a, that's enough to get your drainage. You could use a big one like this on a big pot. I could have used it on this one. But really what I do is I just use these bits. After a while they seem like they're not quite as sharp, and then I just switch to a different size and I make it work. So I would use the smaller ones on the smaller pots and bigger ones on the bigger pots. But you can also buy these bits individually, like at Home Depot, but they're quite expensive, and you just get one for maybe $15 or $16. So, and I found these seem to stay pretty sharp and work pretty well. So, anyway, that's how you can do it. Also, if you, for people in the garden club, if you have a pot and you want me to drill it, I can just drill it for you. I charge $1 a hole, and the money will go to the high school garden. So anyway, thank you, and I think that's it. Next we'll be talking about how to actually plant your succulent garden. That'll be the next section we'll do. Thank you.